Next, I'm going to show you how to identify and measure a shape that will help you accurately determine the angles of perspective occurring from your observed position. The first thing you want to do is find a shape where you can clearly notice the natural visual distortion that one-point linear perspective emulates. What do I mean by that? Look for a shape in the space you're observing, specifically one with edges that recede in space. The technique of one-point perspective shows how these angled edges diminish in scale as they move away from you and converge toward the vanishing point. These perspective effects typically show up on one of the peripheral parallel planes, either horizontal or vertical. In practice, you can choose a shape on either of these planes, but ideally, you want to find the largest shape you can fully see and measure with your measuring stick. For this demonstration, I recommend using a door on a vertical wall plane. Hold your measuring stick out with your arm fully extended and your elbow locked. This ensures consistency. You're measuring from the same distance every time. Choose the largest door you can fully see while facing forward, without moving your head or even your eyes. For me, this door on the far right-hand side is a great option. Now, I'm going to measure the height of the door frame along its longest vertical edge. In one-point perspective, the longest visible edge will always be the one closest to you in space, also known as the projecting edge. In this case, that's the far right side of the door. Hold your measuring stick upright, perfectly vertical, with no angles. Imagine you're pressing it against a flat window to keep it aligned. Line up the top of your stick with the top right corner of the door, and place your thumb and forefinger at the bottom right corner. This gives you a reliable measurement of that vertical edge. Once that length is marked on your measuring stick, transfer it to your drawing by placing tick marks that represent the height of that door edge on the page. Now that I've measured the door in space and recorded that length on my drawing, I'm ready to move on to the next step.